How's it going, guys? Dynamite here, coming to you as always from the Digital Warfare 24/7 forums, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys Tactical Tuesday Episode 2 as we continue on our adventure of discovering Call of Duty tactics. Now, the tactics we're going to be looking at today primarily concern soloing in the Domination playlist. Now, as many of you guys know, soloing in Domination can be an extremely frustrating experience when you don't have teammates that are pulling their weight, when the other team is all a party and they're all coordinating and communicating with each other, and you're all alone. You might figure you don't have much of a chance. Well, what this video is intending to do is it's going to try to level the playing field for you a little bit, and also show how you can go from being just someone who's a participant on your team, who, you know, like 4 out of the 6 guys on my team this game go maybe like 30 and 30, so go pretty much even, get a couple caps and a couple defends here and there, but they're not really the difference makers. They're not the people that put the game over the top, really. And this is showing you guys a tactic on how you can be a difference maker in pretty much every game of Domination. So let me go over a little bit what the class I'm using is here. What I'm using is a Scorpion with quick draw and stock, I believe. Now, the reason why I'm using that weapon, it's not a weapon combination that I would advise on larger maps, but is the fact that Hijacked is a very small enclosed map, and the Scorpion is going to have an extremely fast time to kill at close range. It just rips through people, and with quick draw and stock on there, I can strafe around corners and put shots on people incredibly quickly, and you'll see that that works to my advantage very well in many of the gunfights in this game. As my secondary, I'm going to be using the Cap 45, and I use that because it saves me from having to use primary gunfighter to put a mag attachment on my Scorpion. I can just switch to the Cap if I need some backup firepower. Also, the Cap 45 does have a very close time to kill at close range as well, so it is another good choice for a map like Hijacked that is going to be small and enclosed. Now, also, you'll notice that I'm using the tactical insertion, and that is probably the most important aspect of this class. Now, with the tactical insertion, you can put it close to the B flag. That's what you're going to want to do. And then from there, you can basically run into B flag, you can defend B flag without that added time of running from your spawn. This is especially important on maps that have spawns that are really far from the B flag, like Aftermath is one in particular, where the run distances from spawns are just ridiculous. But especially when you're playing a coordinated team like I am in this particular game, tac inserts are crucial. They're going to give you a lot more tries to get on the flag. For my perks, I'm using Lightweight and Flak Jacket. Flak Jacket being an absolute essential, of course, for game modes like Domination and Hardpoint. Lightweight so I can get off my tac and quickly get myself into position to get some objective play racked up. And then my trusty C4 for clearing off flags, of course, and that's going to pretty much round out my class. Now, here's how I'm using this class in this game. Like I said, I'm placing the tac and then I'm popping out, and what's important is you don't want to just immediately keep rushing the B flag. That's not always going to help out your team. What you want to do is wait until you see that you have a good sized group of players coming up behind you to support you, to help you get that cap, to kill people off who might be overlooking you and so forth. So that is a really important thing to do. Now, you might notice in this game that the enemy is spamming a lot of EMPs in my direction, and that's probably because they realized that we were, at least I was anyway, tactically inserting. And so the EMP grenades are a really good way to counter someone who's running tactical insertions. But if they start running a lot of EMPs and taking out your tacs, you're not going to be able to get on the flags as much. So the few times you do get to the flags, you're going to want to maximize your chances. So I would advise running one class that has the tactical insertion and then one class that has a smoke grenade. That smoke grenade is going to be really good, or you can also run 2 concussion grenades, which can be especially effective on Hijacked, where there are only 2 routes on the main level that approach the B flag, so you can throw a stun or a flash in each direction and then go up to the flag. That's also a pretty good option. So that's one of my main pieces of advice, is you want to wait to cap and you want to choose EMPs or smoke based on what your enemy is using. Now, another important aspect that I can't emphasize enough is that you need to communicate. Now, even though most randoms never use mics, they can at least hear you. They can hear you communicating through your mic. So if you at least give them some direction, and it's important not to, you know, like rage at them or anything, even though it might be hard sometimes, but just sort of give them a little prod sometimes, like, hey guys, I'm gonna push B after I drop this lightning strike. Everybody jump on B, and that can be something that's really useful. Now, one other thing that I sort of hinted at in that last example I just gave is the fact that you can use your kill streaks to set up captures, and that is a really good way to use your kill streaks. Don't call them in immediately. Don't even necessarily call them in a way that's going to maximize your kills. What you do is you wait until the enemy captures, say the B flag, and then you wait until all of your friendly teammates come off spawn, and you call out in your mic, okay guys, push B as soon as this lightning strike drops, and then you put down the lightning strike around B and the head glitching spots that overlook it, and then all of your team can just swarm up there and grab B. It's a really good tactic, and you'll see me use it a couple times on this map. Another thing I omitted to say earlier is that EMPs are incredibly important for taking out things like Guardian and Sentry guns, as well as enemy tactical insertions. And you'll see that I do take out at least one Guardian, and I think they're using some Sentries in this game as well. But I can't overemphasize enough that you need a class with EMPs. You're also going to want to have a class that has some sort of anti-air capability, mainly Blind Eye, Cold-Blooded, and a FHJ launcher. The enemy does call in a VTOL gunship at one point, and even though I don't get a shot on it, my teammates are actually helping me take it down. I am there and ready to help my teammates if they need to take down any air support. So if a lodestar gets called in, don't panic, don't rage quit. It's probable that the enemy teammate who, not the enemy teammate, the enemy that got this kill streak was camping for it and really isn't contributing to objective play that much. So feel free to take out that kill streak and then go about your business of trying to win the game, which is of course what Call of Duty and especially the Domination playlist should always be about. So, like I said, against teams that are using tactics like this, you can spam EMPs at them. That can be a really good tactic. A couple other just sort of things that I guess would go along with the idea of Tactical Tuesday is I was watching a lot of the MLG stream on Sunday night. They were doing the MLG Winter Championships, and I noticed when I pulled out this MP7, it reminded me. I noticed that a lot fewer people were running the PDW. In fact, I didn't see a single PDW, and the MSMC, a lot fewer people running that. So, and I actually saw people pulling out things like the MP7, and with the increased recoil, I really feel like the MP7 and the Vector are going to come into the spotlight a lot more, and assault rifles are going to become a lot more powerful as well. So, some definite changes to the metagame, changes that I think are really good and are going to be really interesting for the sake of the Call of Duty metagame and the balance in general. So we'll have to see how that pans out, but yeah. So if you're someone who really likes playing Domination, but absolutely can't stand playing with terrible randoms that aren't going to help you, that aren't going to contribute anything to playing objective, you and maybe one other player on your team can pretty much carry your team. The final score ends up being, I think me and one other guy get over 6,000 points, and everyone else on our team is, they're basically just going even, breaking even. And this guy booby-trapped this care package, which I can't remember the last time I was killed by a booby-trapped care package. That was certainly very surprising. But yeah, guys, so definitely consider some of these things that I've said, and if there isn't a party online for you guys to pub stomp, then don't be afraid to whip out that tactical insertion and go to town on these kids. Pick up some good points, some objective play, and yeah, just generally excel. So thank you guys so much for watching this commentary, and stay tuned to Friday when we will be having another FaceTime Friday, same as every week. Take care, guys. Thanks for listening.